Hey guys, it's Billy and welcome back to Sesh. Today we are talking about how Ethan Klein is really upset with Jeff Wittek and how he had to file a police report on one of his friends. Let's get into it. So over the last few weeks, Jeff has been shading David Dobrik. He's been posting shady things on Instagram, Twitter, as well as opening up about not wanting to be friends with David anymore and how he regrets defending him. He's talked about how David hasn't reached out to him following his recent eye surgery and also claimed his medical expenses weren't being taken care of by David. Ethan ended up reacting to all that Jeff was posting in a recent H3 episode and invited Jeff onto the channel to talk and be interviewed. They were supposed to do the episode this Friday, but it looks like that's not happening anymore. And much like the Nikocado situation, it seems like it's pretty messy in terms of why they're not doing the interview anymore. And some of that has to do with the fact that Ethan has made jokes that Jeff thinks is out of line, his friend thinks are out of line, and that's pretty much what Nikocado was also saying. But things took a very scary turn in terms of this situation. So like I said, Ethan has been making a lot of jokes when reacting to Jeff's live streams and videos just of him in general, as they have beef from the past, from the time when Jeff came onto Frenemies and Ethan basically caught him in a major lie while trying to defend David. They've gone back and forth a bunch since then, but in the end, Ethan does say that he has sympathy for Jeff, especially in the excavator situation, and wants to see him sue David. But one particular person found it extremely out of line, all the jokes that Ethan was making, and wanted to do something about it. This person was Jeff's friend Cody, who was featured in the Jeff FM episode where he was talking about David. And despite Ethan ultimately saying that he is on Jeff's side in the situation, Ethan revealed in the latest H3 episode posted yesterday that Jeff's friend Cody didn't like what Ethan had been saying, so much so that he actually drove to Ethan's gated community, somehow got in and went to Ethan's house, was filming outside of it, zooming into his windows, showing his license plate, and posted these videos online.
I'll just say it. I mean, I don't care. He's Jeff's friend, the guy I was making fun of. He came into our gated community and was filming driving by our house and saying, "I got all the info you need, Ethan, don't test me," like threatening me and my family outside my house. So that happened on Friday, and it was a nightmare. And I had to call the police and talk to the police about it and filed a police report. And like, we had to tighten all the security at the gate.
He says it was super scary and he wasn't even aware of the first time he had done it. He said the first time was before Ethan ever made jokes about Cody specifically. Ethan had posted a video reacting to the Jeff FM episode with Cody in it on Friday. And apparently Cody had gone to Ethan's house for the first time on Thursday, before Ethan ever even knew who this man was. Because before that, Ethan had only reacted to Jeff's Patreon live stream and Cody wasn't in that video. But I guess Cody didn't like what Ethan was saying and the jokes that he was making about Jeff in the Patreon live stream. And he decided to go to Ethan's house and film his house and post it on the internet. Ethan says that before he was even made aware that Cody had gone to his house, Jeff messaged him saying that his friend was very upset about the jokes that Ethan was making, and Ethan apologized and wanted Jeff to apologize to Cody on his behalf, and he thought that they were all good. And then he found out that Cody had come to his house the day before.
First drive-through, it turns out, happened Thursday morning before we ever mentioned him.
Yep.
So I was goofing on Jeff the first time, you guys remember. And so his homie, before I even mentioned him, came and drove by our house.
He said that he even came back a second time and he had to call the police and file a police report.
Then he came back again and filmed it again. I don't know how he got in the second time, but we tightened the security now, so.
Zoomed into your windows too in the video.
Yeah, he showed my license plate, zoomed into our house.
He says that he thinks that Jeff had nothing to do with it, but he should not have his friends on the internet if they can't take jokes.
That was a horrible experience. They think it's funny, I guess, to drive by my house and intimidate me. I don't think Jeff had anything to do with it, just for the record. But he does put a guy on who's actually just willing to do something like that because I made fun of him for lifting an iron or lifting weights during his friend heart-wrenching story. So I'm just not sure that guy's ready to be on the internet.
The crew, though, felt weary about whether or not Jeff knew because in his Jeff FM episode, he made a comment that Ethan wouldn't need to send him his address, saying he already had it. But at the time, when they were watching it, everyone just kind of thought, that's weird, but it's probably just a joke. He probably just found it online. Nobody could have predicted what actually happened because it's just so messed up, and Ethan literally has a family, so this is just completely terrifying. Ethan says that he's not going to talk about them anymore because this is literally scary. He doesn't want this person to come back to his house, and says that Jeff will no longer be coming onto the podcast because of this, obviously.
Jeff's not coming on the show for good reason.
Yeah.
And
now on Patreon, Jeff went live to discuss the situation and says that he was the one that told Ethan he wasn't going to be going on H3. He didn't know why Ethan was trying to make it seem like he had canceled on Jeff because of this situation.
Jeff, are you going on H3's podcast? No, I'm not going on there. I told him I'm not going on. I don't know why he's saying now. It's because he made a police report and all this stuff.
Jeff claimed that he told Ethan he didn't want to go on and be interviewed because he was going to Vegas for a fight when they were supposed to record and the timing wouldn't work out, and also because he didn't think that their humor aligned and he didn't like the jokes that Ethan made about his friend Cody.
I decided after I realized when he reacted to my thing that our sense of humor just don't align. And he poked a lot of shots at my friend who is mentally disabled and schizophrenic. And what do you expect when you keep the guy who spent more than half his life in prison and doesn't do internet stuff? He's just sitting here because he was here that day. Everything I say, every time I'm joking around, he just doesn't get it. And he stops the videos on the wrong parts. And his takes on things are always so just lazy jokes.
Later on, he does say in a much calmer way that he isn't going on H3 and doesn't want to talk about David anymore. He doesn't want his content to be so serious. He wants to get back to his normal content that isn't talking about any of this situation.
But I don't think we'll be going on. No, well, we're not going on. I'm going to Vegas this weekend for the fight, and that was when we were supposed to do it anyway, and I'm excited for that. I don't want to be doing any more stuff that's too serious in these videos. I want to get back to editing our vlogs and our barbershops we have coming out. I'm not doing any press tour on canceling David.
This whole thing is a crazy, big, scary mess. Honestly, the fact that Jeff's friend went to Ethan's house like that is horrifying. I can't imagine how Hila feels about this. Everyone in the comments is just really upset, especially under Jeff's video. People are telling Jeff that he needs to get better friends, that he needs to really watch who he's hanging out with. He needs to make sure that his friends aren't doing stuff like this because this is just not okay at all. There's a lot of different opinions when it comes to Jeff. A lot of people don't feel sorry for him just based on everything that came out in that one Insider article, him defending David, him really not telling the full story of what happened that one night in that one vlog with Dom. But then there are people that do have sympathy for the fact that David was his friend. He defended David and then he got hurt, still defended him, and David is not there for him. But with this, people are like, it's really hard to defend you when you're letting your friends treat Ethan this way. Even if Ethan is making jokes that aren't okay, this is just super out of line. Ethan also addressed the fact that he's been getting a ton of hate comments recently, not just under his videos, but also on the Reddit thread. A ton of people have been saying that H3 is going downhill. They went under 3 million subscribers the other day, which a lot of people were making fun of them for, but they're back to 3 million. So Ethan was basically like trolling all the haters. People were also making fun of them because their views were down for February, but Ethan tried to say, hey, I just had a baby, like I should be on paternity leave. I was honestly going to take more time off, but I'm here, and this is why the quality of the videos are down, because I'm really not focusing all my time on videos. I'm really thinking about the fact that I just had a baby and I've been up all night and all of this stuff, that I'm not doing any of these crazy skits and things like that, because people have been saying that the quality of the videos has been lower, and Ethan just wanted to address that.
Let's say this year the show has been a little lazy. Here's the thing. I had a baby. I'm not even supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be on paternity leave.
Right.
You know, the beginning of the year. And on this one, I'm not gonna give it to you guys. Y'all can honestly yourself.
Yes.
Because I don't have the bandwidth to put in more energy than that. I was up till 6 a.m. with Bruce last night. I was with him all night. Okay. But that being said, I mean, obviously, I do want to get back to doing the show regularly, which is coming up soon.
So I definitely want to know what you guys think in the comments down below. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.